and welcome to a rainy day in Cebu City, Cebu, the Philippines. This is kind of an unusual day in that it rained several times throughout the day. I had been at Ayala Mall and waited out a rain there and decided to take a walk and got caught in another thunderstorm. And it was thundering and lightning. Real close, as a matter of fact. Made me jump at one point in time. I usually carry an umbrella, and I had a small one with me. Wish I would have had my larger one, but anyway, this works. Went for a walk. I went down Cabahog Street, down to Hernan Cortez, and then I went south on Hernan Cortez. This street, if you follow it far enough, will bring you down to SM Mall in Cebu City. And I used to live not too far from here, as a matter of fact, Bamboo Bay condominiums, and walked these streets many times. So this is kind of my old neighborhood, and that's kind of why I chose to walk this area this particular day. Anyway, once the rain slowed down a little bit, I decided to go on my way. Anyway, occasionally they got these bus stop PUJ J stops, and in reality, buses and public utility jeepneys will stop anywhere and everywhere. That was one of the complaints, is that they'll stop and back up traffic anywhere and everywhere. And buses were supposed to have more consistent bus stops, but in reality, that's not the way it works. Anyway, there's a lot of activity on these streets. People are out and shopping, a number of little market areas, lots of little street side stores and food places you can buy food, sit down even, a lot of these places. And even as I'm speaking, it started thundering and lightning and raining again. Not too long ago, I had closed my drapes because I was getting sun shining in, and so I closed my drapes, and then maybe an hour later, within an hour, it has clouded up again and is raining. In fact, my electricity even went out, and it was out for a total of about 5 minutes. And I did not hear the generator kick on, so apparently the system came back on. And the electricity went off right when there was a big flash of lightning and thunder, and the electric went off. So I don't know if it hit a transformer, what the deal was. It has been interesting over the years, and I've always been observant of weather patterns and systems. When I first came in August of 2015, during the rainy season, it actually was a drought. It wasn't raining that much, even though still I think on average 3 times a week we would get some rain. And I don't remember if it was that year or the following year, but usually when it would rain, would be a lot of thunder and lightning. And the following year, which really surprised me, when it would rain, would rarely thunder and lightning. And I don't know if that has something to do with El Nina systems. Perhaps. I think that was the winter of 2015 when we had a lot of haziness, haziness in the air. One of the reasons I didn't travel up into the mountains to go sightseeing, there was a lot of haze, and I called it smoke, and people said, "No, sir, it's not smoke." Even the experts on the television said, "No, it's not." And what I read, it's not smoke. Those fires in Borneo and Indonesia, Malaysia, it's too far away. That couldn't be smoke. And I kept saying, "No, it's smoke. It's smoke." And it's not that far away. It's a long ways away, but it's not that far away that it can't affect us. And Right now, if you're in across parts of the U.S., you understand you're getting smoke from fires in up in Canada, across the Northwest and Midwest and Northeast, different fires up in Canada. Of course, now you also have fires in Washington, Oregon, California. Um, but anyway, the experts finally came out and said, yeah, Rod was right. Actually, they didn't say Rod was right, but they admitted that, yes, it actually is. It isn't just haze, it actually is the smoke from the fires. So that may have something to do with particulate matter in the air. Not sure. But this year, there again, this year it seems to be a lot more thunder and lightning associated with the rain uh, than last year. So not quite sure. We just came out of a La Nina, and we're going into a El Nino, I guess. So maybe that has something to do with that. Look at the market. These street markets, they're open, I think, every day, and there are a couple. Cebu City has a large Carbone public market down near the downtown area, and some of these people get their items, some of their fruit and vegetables from there. Some of them get them directly from the mountain farms. But what you'll find, there are lots of neighborhood markets like this where you can get your vegetables and your meat, and this is one of those on this street. It's been here for years and years and years. You've got pharmacies pretty much open to the street, and other stores. What are they called? Ukai used clothing stores. I was a little surprised. I did not see any flooding in the streets where I walked. There are certain streets that generally get flooded. Now, over the years, they have been trying to alleviate that problem. They've been doing some infrastructure, clearing some of the canals of garbage, and people building into and above, blocking the flow of water, I guess. I am told by taxi drivers that there's still several areas where the streets flood, and certainly slows up the traffic. Just had that hurricane. For Filipinos, a hurricane is basically the same as a typhoon, but that's what they call it uh, back in the USA and maybe over in Europe, perhaps. I'm not sure. Just had one. It turned into a tropical storm, but a large tropical storm. Even shut down Interstate 10 with lots of flooding and mud across the roads, uh, causing landslides and flooding in areas. Also, flooding in Germany. I think one of the big airports there. Someone will correct me if I'm wrong. I ran out of walking video, so I'm going back to my video where I was standing sheltering. Um, was it Frankfurt Airport in Germany? I saw a video, just planes standing in water, water coming down the escalators, it looked like. There are a number of reasons why a lot of people think these storms are getting bigger and more destructive, and that's quite possible because one of the reasons is the Earth's magnetic shield. The Earth's magnetic shield has been weakening and weakening at a faster and faster pace for decades, and there's information charts on that information online. Someday I'll put a video up with some of that information, but because the Earth's magnetic shield has been weakening, the sun has various types of energy that they throw out at us, And I'm not going to get into all the details. There are a lot better information suspicious observers channel on YouTube, and they've got several websites as well. And what the sun is doing, what it's throwing at us, affects not just the Earth's weather and climate, it affects, hey, everybody sees the camera. Having fun in the rain. And it affects our physical and mental health. It depends on what type of energy the sun is throwing at Earth. There will be, in fact, I just read an article the other day. There's more murders. There are more suicides during certain events like that. It can affect how many hurricanes, typhoons are going across the Atlantic or Pacific, for instance. There's a good book out, even used in some high schools and colleges as a textbook, called Weatherman's Guide to the Sun. And I download PDF version, so I've got it on my computer because it costs a lot to ship a book from the U.S. over here. The point being is that, yeah, we probably will be seeing more floods and more storms during certain sun energy events over the years because of the Earth's losing its weakening magnetic shield. And partly because of that, you should plan accordingly. If you live in a flood zone, or if you're moving to the Philippines or someplace, and consider that flooding. Watch some of these flood videos in Southern California and in Germany, other places. And even though you think you're not in an area that will be flooded, there are those what they call 100-year events. Maybe they're going to happen every 50 years or every 20 years going forward. So just be aware of those types of things. Anyway, that's enough for this video. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you next time.